Mr. Drumma Boy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
For sure.
I know that you just dropped your Welcome to My City Volume 2. I was listening to it all weekend. It's definitely hot. It's definitely a must-get. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yep. Just dropped Welcome to My City. I'm actually at the radio station now with Junior Reed. We got like 3 interviews going on all at the same time. So it's been crazy like this for the past 4 days, man, ever since I dropped the Welcome to My City Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? The first Volume 1, you know, we featured cats like Rick Ross, Yo Gotti, you know, Kenfo Thug, a lot of the artists that were popping at that time coming up in Memphis. Volume 2, we tried to showcase a few more of the artists out of Memphis, like OG Blue Dirty, and, you know, got Future on it, you know what I'm saying, just to display some things. I got Frazier Boy, I got Junior Reed, I got just a plethora of new artists that's popping, Young Key, you know what I'm saying. So we just showing love, bringing the city together, man. It was the unification method. You know, shout out to Lil Peanut, 7-year-old rapper, you know what I'm saying. We brought him out on stage, brought Junior Reed out on stage for the SEA Awards this weekend. So it's been a fun-filled weekend, man, you know what I'm saying, and just holding the city down, keeping the city alive, man. I feel like without me, it'll be less opportunity, you know what I'm saying, and all I'm doing is bringing another outlet, bringing another tunnel of light through the city, and just giving the city some inspiration, man, because it ain't no amusement parks. They took our Liberty Land away. You know, the only thing we got is basketball and music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the blues, but the blues can be real depressing. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to uplift the city and give them some motivation, give them something to get crunk to, give them something to get booked to, give them something to, you know, motivate them like how we had 3-6 when we was coming up.
Right. Now I'm just going to take a little step back, and I know that you come from a very musical family. You want to tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah. You said what now? I'm sorry.
I know that you come from a very musical family. Your whole family are, you know, musicians. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, my mom came from, you know, the Isaac Hayes, the Solid Gold Soul era, the Al Green, the Curtis Mayfield, the, you know, Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying? And she was an opera singer at the same time, was in the church, Baptist, choir, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she did all types of singing and different vibes from Billie Holiday to, you know, the finest opera pieces. My dad, Memphis Symphony Orchestra, first chair clarinetist for 45 years plus. And, you know what I mean, my grandmother, piano teacher, like, it was just in my blood. My mom tell me stories all the time of her playing music and putting her stomach up to the womb and letting me get familiar with music before I could even touch my own ears, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a blessing to come from that. That's why my first rap mixtape was called The Birth of D-Boy Fresh. And I had my mom and my dad introduce it and kind of talk on it and whatnot. And just tell the life story, man, of where I come from. Because there's only so much I can tell you through music. Right, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, for people to just keep assuming this or assuming that, or, oh, you came from this, or, oh, you came from that, or, oh, you from Atlanta, or, but you a Southern producer. Like, there's so many things that I got to clarify with my mouth, with my literature, with my rap, with my words. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's just a blessing to be able to, like, give your message to the world. I look at it like a contribution.
Okay.
So I just make as many positive contributions as I can through my music, through my word, through my literature. You know, D-Boy Fresh is more of my vocal side of myself. Drumma Boy is like more of the musical side of myself. So put 2 and 2 together, you get a well-rounded story.
Right. Okay. Now, since you do come from a musical family, and since, you know, this economy, a lot of the school systems are strapped and they're cutting a lot of musical programs, what are your thoughts about that?
You said what? About the musical program?
In schools, you know, they're flashing them left and right. So you know, kids don't have that outlet to express themselves musically in school anymore. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's poor. You know, that's a motivation of me. You know what I'm saying? It's wide open for a guy like me to start a music school. I'm just not, fully capable and able to, to do that right now. But that's a goal that I have for myself, probably once I get past my 40s, you know what I'm saying, and focus on doing the school, focus on doing more teaching and giving back. Right now I'm in my display years. I have to display what I want to do and fulfill my dreams and reach a lot of the places that I want to go. So, I got a good decade and some change left to just fulfill my dreams, and then I'll probably take it back to building a school and starting music programs and whatnot. So, I mean, it's not something that I can change right now, but I'm changing at the same time through my music and inspiring and motivating as many as I can.
Right, and that is a great goal to have, and that is definitely commendable. Do you have any more goals that you like to reach in the music industry?
Getting a Grammy, being nominated is one thing, but taking one home is a complete different accomplishment. It's definitely getting my first R&B #1, getting my first pop #1, and just constantly climbing the charts. Nashville, right up the streets. I definitely want to get more involved in the country side of things. So, definitely just expanding my side of production. And the biggest goal is to move units. When you hear Bad Boy, you hear 80 million records sold. You hear Def Jam, certain million records sold. And, even if I start off with 10,000 records sold, 20,000 records sold, Drum Squad, 20,000 records sold, 100,000 records sold, our next goal is to move units. So, we just work.
Okay, so you were saying that you want to try and get in other different genres, pop, even country. That's amazing. Do you have any other genres you're looking at? Slide and Drumma Boy into?
Man, I can produce music for all genres. I'm doing music scores and all of that. So, definitely want to do a great instrumental album. And just really doing music and doing what I love to do. I mean, anything that I wake up and say, man, I want to do this. That's what I do. I mean, it's all on inspiration and fulfilling your heart's passion. And, whatever my heart tells me to do or whatever inner passions that I have, I've always fulfilled them. So, that's my mind frame. And I've been very successful to follow that mindset. And I just try to share it and rub it off on as many people as possible, to deliver to as many people as possible, to be therapeutic to as many people as possible, and to change as many lives as I can with as other touches as possible. You're not trying to over exalt yourself, and certain you got to learn how to preserve. That's one thing I've learned how to do. You got to learn how to be patient. You got to learn how to accept and contribute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you sitting and accepting a lot of blessings. Sometimes you contribute blessings. So.
Right. How did you make the transition between from musician to producer? How did that come about?
From musician to producer was pretty much getting bored of playing somebody else's music. Long story short, my dad had a clarinet in my mouth when I was about 4 or 5. I had a recorder in my mouth when I was about 3. So I just elevated, and I was in all West Tennessee bands. I mean, all of these different bands. Could have been in the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. Been playing Beethoven, Mozart, Sebastian, and all of these big composers all of my life, which is great, and I love the complexity of the music. But I just felt like I didn't want to spend the rest of my life playing somebody else's music, playing something that somebody else wrote. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to contribute. I wanted to be the I always, when I went to a million rehearsals, a million operas and nutcrackers and orchestras, and I always wanted to be the conductor.